Hey, how's it going? John Dorsey here with FindInfoWorld.com. In this video, I want to talk about Obamacare, the Obamacare repeal, or the whole Obamacare restructuring, which may or may not happen. I'm on the side of I hope it will happen. If you look at my videos before Obamacare was put in place, I presented videos that explain what really Obamacare is, what Obamacare really is, who really wrote it, who really wrote Obamacare, what companies are behind the Obamacare Act, and who's behind it is the insurance companies, the drug companies, because they wanted to legislate a pay increase, basically. Obamacare was not put in place to help you, me, or any average person. It was put in place so that the big companies, big pharma, big medicine can make more money. I'm not talking about the individual doctors. I'm talking about the corporations, the hospitals, the insurance companies, the drug companies. So, and if you talk to the most small business owners, they'll tell you how detrimental or how hurtful Obamacare has been for their business. Now, I'm all for repealing it, but as you see, there's this debate or this back and forth of, well, what do we do, or how do we repeal it, and what do we put in place of it? And the average person really doesn't care what you put in place of it. They just want it gone, because the system, the way it was before, worked. It still wasn't great, but it worked. And the whole lie about, what was it, the number always changed. 30 million people a year go without medical coverage or medical care because they don't have insurance. Well, these people, even if that's true, these are people that didn't know that you can just show up at the hospital and get taken care of. Now, you might say, well, I got an experience where that didn't happen. Well, I have experience where that did happen. And more than once, where I didn't have health, not me personally, but my son was sick, and I was actually just started a new job. I didn't have medical coverage. We showed up. He was in the hospital a week. He was taken care of like we had insurance. After he was out the hospital, I got sent the bill and got on the phone with the insurance company and set up a payment plan. So this whole lie about you can't get taken care of or seen or whatever without health insurance is a lie. You can, and it's just an excuse to put something like this in place. Or they'll say, well, the drugs that I need for the treatment of my condition is $100 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month. And I'm a natural medicine person, and I don't agree with any pharmaceutical drug, any prescription drug, and maybe a few antibiotics are helpful, but most prescription drugs will do more harm than good. Yeah, they might make you comfortable, but they're not addressing the root issue, the cause of whatever issue you're dealing with. And that was one of my other complaints about Obamacare, was it's not giving people real medicine, real healing, real solutions to their problems. It's just giving them an easier way, or maybe a slightly less expensive way to get a Band-Aid for their serious problem. If you don't believe me, if you look at the numbers, I think the last time I heard or checked on it, around 500,000 people a year that are killed due to medical negligence. This could be given the wrong prescription. This could be given the wrong dosage of that prescription. This could be a doctor taking out the wrong kidney, getting an infection from their hospital stay. The list goes on and on, but 500,000 people a year are killed due to medical negligence. And is that something you want to be forced to pay for? Is a faulty medical system, a faulty health care system? Well, I know there's something I want to be forced to pay for. You know, what I want is real health, real solutions, which come in the form of natural medicine. But that's a whole different discussion. So I just want to touch on how Obamacare basically breaks down to being a life tax, a tax on living. You know, us having to pay this fee in order to live in this country, along with the other fees we got to pay to live in this country. You know, they like to compare to car insurance. Like, well, if you own a car, you got to have car insurance. But you're not forced to own a car, but you are forced to live once you're born. So there's no comparison between the two. So so I hope that this whole Syria thing isn't a distraction from the whole Obamacare repeal. I hope that's still on the table. I hope that's something that's going to happen. And I hope that something that's put in its place is real medicine, real healing, real solutions to people's problems. Because there's a lot of people out there hurting. You might know some, you might be hurting right now, you know, medically, where you're dealing with some health issue. And I'm telling you, your doctors, your hospitals can't do nothing for you. All they can do is just make you comfortable or get rid of your symptoms. But they can't heal you with their prescription drugs. They can't help you. Now, if you have some kind of physical ailment, like you got shot or stabbed, they're great in that department. They can pull out a bullet, they can stitch you up, they can fix a broken bone or set a broken bone. But when it comes to chronic illness, when it comes to, you know, cancers and kidney diseases, various illnesses and diseases, they can't do anything for you but make you comfortable or get rid of your symptoms. And if you don't believe me, why after, you know, in a period of time, like let's say somebody has a pain issue or back pain or muscle pain or whatever, a pain issue, what happens when people have pain issues? The doctor just keeps upping their dose of whatever that drug is, and then they become addicted to that drug because they need it more and more and more to get the same effect. That's because that drug is just covering the problem. It's like putting tape over your check engine light. So that's all I gotta say. And if you agree, you know, leave comments, like it, share it. If you disagree, leave comments, like it, share it. You know, either way. But at the link below this video, you can check out my site, finalforworld.com, where I have other various topics. But otherwise, hope you got some value out of this video. Talk to you soon.